Next up for Manchester United is a trip to the Stadium of Light to see our old best friend, David Moyes, in charge of rock bottom Sunderland.
Oh yeah, something tells me I'll make something good.
At the bottom of the Premier League by some margins. I think they're 10 points from safety at the moment. They've escaped relegation for years, but they really are the cannon fodder of the Premier League this year. And even though Man United aren't scoring very many goals, surely even Man United can beat Sunderland. One thing that is certainly inconsistent going into this game though is Manchester United's form. Last 5 games, 2 wins, 2 draws and a loss. You can't get much more inconsistent than that. We have only scored more than 1 goal in 3 of our last 10 games. That being Blackburn away in the FA Cup, League Cup final against Southampton and against Middlesbrough in the Premier League a couple of weeks ago. Other than that, Man United have been so bad in front of goal, so poor. 5 goals we've got in our last 5 games. And it's not hard to see what Manchester United's main problem has been this season. It's been with the finishing. You know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic came back in from his 3-game suspension against Everton. Everyone's thinking, yeah, come on. Herrera's back. Ibrahimovic is back. Let's score some goals. Everton got pumped by Liverpool at the weekend. Lo and behold, Everton sit deep, sit disciplined. Manchester United can't break them down. We hit the bar twice. The keeper has a world-class performance. And we get a 94th minute penalty. Although there was an offside goal. Onside, offside. Ibrahimovic. That could have stood. Man United may have won. But ultimately it took Luke Shaw's blocked shot on the line. Ashley Williams getting sent off and a penalty to get Manchester United a goal. We're just so poor in front of goal, and it's not an issue which has come once or twice. 9 home draws we've had in the Premier League this season. Worst home form since the 73 season when we got relegated. Luckily, we're going away. And Sunderland, let's be honest, their form has been no better. They've got 1 point from their last 6 games, and that was a 0-0 draw against Burnley. They haven't scored a league goal since the 4th of February. No doubt they're going to go and score 2 against Manchester United now. They really are shit. No matter what way you paint it. As I said, Sunderland for years have managed to avoid relegation. If they manage to do it now, it's one of the greatest escapes ever in the Premier League. They really are bad. Now, the most recent meeting we had between us was, of course, on Boxing Day. 3-1 win for Manchester United. First half was really cagey. It looked like it could be another one of those games. Pogba hit the post. You're thinking, oh, no, it's not going to happen again, is it? Then Daley Blind got a goal just before half-time, about 38th minute. Nice sweeping finish into the corner. Big relief at Old Trafford. Big, big relief. But 80th minute comes along. We're still 1-0 up. And Sunderland are pressing a little bit. And you're thinking, oh my God, don't let this happen. Ibrahimovic goes down the other end and scores, makes it 2-0. And then he scores one of the goals of the season with a scorpion kick. That's the last time we played them. And overall, it was a very comfortable performance. But as I said, regardless of what happened the last time we played them, we've got to look at their recent form, and they are on the foot of the table. As I said, 1 point from their last 6, and it was a 0-0 draw against Burnley. Surely Man United are going to get 3 points here. But we've said that on so many occasions this season. But I'm really saying it here. If Man United cannot sweep aside a team which is bottom of the Premier League table, then we don't deserve to be anywhere near the top 4. And I think it's pretty easy to identify who Sunderland's danger man is. Jermaine Defoe, still scoring plenty of goals this season, recalled into the England team because of his form. He may be 34, but he's played more than 600 minutes more than any other teammate at Sunderland this year. His fitness has been fantastic, and he really is the definition of a clinical striker. Now, as I said, Sunderland haven't been scoring much, but if Defoe gets a chance, odds are he's going to test De Gea at the very least. And he may even score. And they haven't scored since the 4th of February in the league. But Defoe is still a real danger man that Man United cannot afford to let him run riot in the game. If we do, they're going to score, aren't they? But a good point for Manchester United is Sunderland are awful in defence. They have conceded 53 goals this season. Their goal difference is like -29. Only kept clean sheets in 2 of their last 10 games. Adnan Januzaj, who's been an integral part to this team in the last 5-6 matches, saying integral, they only got 1 point out of it. But he can't play, obviously, because of Man United. And something I think will work in Manchester United's favour is the fact that David Moyes is going to be relishing this tie. Obviously, he was a shit manager at Manchester United. It didn't work out. He got sacked. It wasn't pretty. He's talked a little bit of gas from Moyes after he'd left, a little bit of snide comments here and there. But then he went away to Spain. Can't remember who he managed, but he got sacked from there as well. And then he came back to England. And I thought, Sunderland, he'll probably keep Sunderland up. He is dragging them down. He's in the press for the wrong reasons this week after jokingly telling a female reporter that she's going to get a slap if she was that naughty again. And it's just all bad press at Sunderland at the moment. It's just a bad club. Bad. And they should have been relegated for years, but this is the year for me they go down. And I don't know how Moyes is going to try and motivate those players to be as motivated as he will be for this game. And I think that's going to work in United's favour. But the concerns for Manchester United are very, very simple. Can we score goals? Unfortunately, I don't think it's as simple as saying Man United's finishing is a problem this season. You saw against Everton, I thought our shape was very strange. As soon as the second half came out and Ben went off, Pogba went on, we ended up with 5 at the back, and then Herrera was left back. Then he switched to right wing back, and then we started playing direct and long. We were skipping the midfield. Why'd you bring Pogba on then? It was confusing, and I don't know if Manchester United's players really knew what they were doing. This is the manager Mourinho, 4-2-3-1. 4-2-3-1 staple. We know what you do, Mourinho. It's not what he's doing every single week with Manchester United, and I'm not sure whether that confusion is going across to the players, but for me, looking at it as a fan, I'm getting confused sometimes. And maybe that is contributing to our issues. Maybe it's not just with the finishing. Maybe it's to do with the tactics and the style and something to do with that a little bit deeper into the club. But we should be able to resolve that against Sunderland. But another major concern is the fact that Sunderland would have seen the West Brom game, would have seen the Everton game and said, why don't we just sit deep, sit disciplined, invite Manchester United forward, make them break us down. Because we've struggled so much against so many different teams who have done that very basic style of football. Ironic that it's the parking of the bus which is stopping Mourinho getting the wins he wants. But teams are using it very effectively against us. And a team of our quality should be able to break it down. We just haven't been able to. And something I'm not sure about with this one, but will Jose Mourinho rest a lot of players for the Europa League clash against Anderlecht on Thursday? He said that he's going to prioritise the Europa League when mathematically it's difficult for Manchester United to get into the top 4. That's not the case at the moment. Liverpool dropping points against Bournemouth. Arsenal are Arsenal. I think Chelsea, City and Spurs are running away with it with the top 3, but that top 4 spot is up for grabs. So I don't think he can take all focus onto the Europa League, but I'll be very surprised if we play a full-strength team, at least not for the fact that we are playing Sunderland. I'm not sure I've said that enough. We are playing Sunderland. Sunderland. If we cannot beat Sunderland, I don't even know what I would say if we can't beat Sunderland. Now, as for the starting 11, we're going to start doing our starting 11 prediction shows because a few of you have asked for it. So we'll do that separately. There'll be a link in the description, maybe, if I remember to do it. But just make sure you check it out on the channel. As for the prediction itself, I'll repeat one more time. We're playing Sunderland. I'm going for a 3-0 win. But unfortunately, Man United this season have taught me to be slightly pessimistic, regardless of the opposition. Because there's been so many times this season when Man United should have been able to push past the team comfortably with the quality of the players we have. Hasn't happened. But I can't see anything but a win and a clean sheet against a Sunderland side who are poo. They would struggle in the Championship with that team next year. Jermaine Defoe aside. And I hope it is a comfortable, morale-boosting win. Because United have been, yes, we're on the longest unbeaten run in Europe's top 5 leagues. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter at all. We're dropping points left, right and centre, and it's 2 draws in a row now after what I considered to be a potentially morale-boosting 3-1 win over Middlesbrough. Lo and behold, we've stagnated again. And it's a problem with United's season is the momentum has never been consistent. And now it's April. If we are going to finish in this top 4, and we are going to chase that Europa League, we have got to find that consistency. Otherwise, we could be facing Europa League football next year, and no Champions League, and no top finish. Would that be a bad season? Absolutely. So that's it for the Sunderland preview. Lots to discuss, lots to go through. Drop a like on the video if you will, please. It always helps. Subscribe to United People's TV if you're new. And as I said, make sure you check out the Starting 11 prediction show. Take it easy.